Han wants to build a doghouse. He makes a list of the materials needed. At least 60 square feet of plywood for the surfaces, at least 36 feet of wood planks for the frame of the doghouse, between 1 and 2 quarts of paint. Han's budget is $65. Plywood costs 70 cents per square foot, planks of wood cost 10 cents per foot, and paint costs $8 per quart. Write inequalities to represent the material constraints and cost constraints in the situation. Be sure to specify what your variables represent. Okay, so let's start out with picking some variables. So I see budget, so let's put B equals budget, and this is going to be in dollars. Let's make P plywood per square foot. Let's make, sure, we'll go with P for plywood. Well, I've got plywood and planks of wood, and this is square feet, so let's use A for area. Area of plywood. Nope, there we go, plywood. And this is going to be in feet squared. And then we've got planks of wood, and these are lengths. This is not feet squared, this is just square feet. So let's make L the length. Length of wood planks. And this is measured in feet. And then 1 and 2 quarts of paint. Okay, so we use Q for quarts of paint. All right. So it asks for material constraints and cost constraints. So we'll do these in different colors. All right, so materials constraints, at least 60 feet. Okay, so at least means I could have more than 60 feet. So I need my area of plywood to be greater than or equal to 60. We're going to use equal to because it says at least. So that means 60 is included as my lowest value. Okay, at least 36. So we have at least again. So that means my length has to be greater than or equal to 36. And it says between 1 and 2. And when we use the word between in this context, we can assume that it means inclusive. So we could have anywhere from 1 to 2. So we should have 1, and then the quart, and then 2. And I think those are all the materials. Okay, so now we go to the costs. Okay, so costs. So the budget's $65, so we can spend anything up to and including $65. So budget has to be less than or equal to 65. Okay, now this is going to be the hardest one because now we've got to figure out how much money we're actually spending. All right, so we're going to be spending 70 cents. So I'm going to have 0.70. Well, I don't really need the 0 at the end. I just have the 0.7. 0.7 times, this is the area of the plywood, so that's going to be 0.7a. And then since we're buying multiple materials, we're going to be adding different costs. And then, so these are going to cost 10, so 10 cents. So we're going to have 0.10, but I don't need that last 0. We're going to be multiplying this by the length. And then we also need to pay for the paint. That's $8 per quart, so we're going to have $8 per quart. And that all has to be less than or equal to whatever the budget is. So that'll be less than or equal to B.